Hello, Namaskar. Welcome to the special session on World Environment Day 2025. This year, this year's theme is Ending Plastic Pollution, a powerful and timely message that calls on the growing plastic garbage and our beautiful planet. Over the next few slides, let's take, let's take a deep dive into the global plastic crisis, India's actions, innovations, and the role we must play to protect our planet. Let's let's discuss about the World Environment Day. The World Environment Day, first celebrated in 1973, was established by United Nations Environment Programme (UNEP). Today, it stands as the largest global platform for environmental awareness and outreach. Each year focuses on a specific urgent environmental issues, and in 2025 it turns our attention to one of the most pressing problems of our time, that is plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is a global challenge. How come? Let's see the number that than over 400 million tons of the plastics are produced globally every year. Out of this, 19 to 23 million tons end up in the oceans annually. Only 9% of plastics is recycled and 12% is incinerated, and remaining bulk ends up in landfill or pollute our environment. Microplastics are now found in our drinking water, food, and even the air we breathe. This is no longer just a pollution problem, it's an planetary emergency. Impact of plastics on climate and health. Since plastics is made from the fossil fuels and its entire life cycle from production to disposal emits greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change. It contaminates soil and groundwater, harm marine biodiversity, and disrupt entire ecosystem. And most alarmingly, it poses serious risk to human health through exposure to harmful chemicals and toxins released by the plastic materials. The plastic pollution is not isolate issue. It deeply linked with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals like SDG 13 climate actions focuses on reducing emissions from the plastic life cycles, and SDG 12 responsible consumption and production encourages circular economy and eco-friendly packaging solutions. Fighting plastic problems helps us move closer to achieving global sustainability targets. UNEP's global efforts, if we see that the United Nations Environment Programs is a leading the way by supporting a legally binding international treaty on plastics aiming to regulate production, use and disposal of plastic globally. And the global campaigns like Beat Plastic Pollutions, Clean Sea have mobilized millions to take actions. United Nations Environment Programme also promotes redesigning products and shifting towards reuse models to eliminate waste before it's created. Moving towards the plastic pollutions in India, India, as per source, India generates approximately 3.4 million tons of plastics every year, while 60% is reportedly recycles. This is largely managed by the information sector, which lacks resources and recognition. Urban centers faces serious challenges in plastic waste collection and segregation, and sectors like FMCG and e-commerce continue to rely heavily on single plastic packaging. India's policy against the plastic wastes are the plastic waste management rules was introduced in 2016 and were later amended in 2021 and 22. From 1st July 2022, the government has imposed a national-wide ban on identified single-use plastics. There is a strong focus on source segregation, local body enforcement, and minimum micron standards for carry bags. In terms of the policy, the CPCV's role and initiatives are important. The Central Pollution Control Boards plays an central role in implementing plastic waste regulations. It monitors compliance, publishes annual status reports, and coordinates with the local bodies, producers, and recyclers. CPCV also runs awareness campaigns like Swachhata Hi Seva, Meri Life, inspiring citizens to live more sustainably. Further, moving towards the extended producer responsibility (EPR) in India, under India's EPR policy, producer, importers, and brand owners means BOs must register with the CPCB and held responsible for collecting and managing their plastic wastes. They aim to require specific collection and recycling targets based on the type of the plastic they use. This policy shifts the burden from the consumer to companies, making industries more accountable and post-consumer plastic waste. Plastic waste disposal and recycling norms must follow a clear hierarchy. Like first, we have to reduce, then reuse, further recycle. If not possible, then send for waste to energy, and last is landfilling. All recycler must be CPCV or State Pollution Control Board registered to ensure responsible land handling of waste. India also promote co-processing of plastic waste in cement clinks as an alternative disposal methods. Indian innovations and startups. Innovations is leading the fight against the plastic pollutions in India. We can see the biodegradable packaging, eatable plastic films, and innovative recycling methods. Many startups and many companies are using the approaching for recycling circular economy. Role of citizens and youths. Citizens are not bystanders. They are the key players in solving this crisis. Here what we all can do: say no to single-use plastics, switch to reusable alternatives, segregate waste at source, join cleanup drives, and amplify messages like beat plastic pollutions on social media. Our youth is in particular can lead by example and drive the change. Call to action, collective responsibility. This is a fight we can't alone. Every group has a role to play. That government must enforce policies and support eco alternatives. Industries must redesign products and comply with the EPR. Consumers must choose responsibly and segregate the waste. Youth and NGO must lead innovations and awareness. So we can say that the plastic pollution is not permanent. We can reverse it with the bold and united actions. Let's align our efforts with the sustainable development goals and adopt sustainable lifestyles. This World Environment Day, let's commit to making 2025 a milestone year in the global movement against plastic pollution. Because in the end, our planet is our responsibility. To explore more, here are some official resources. Thank you for then being a part of this important discussion. Let's be the generation that ends plastic pollution. Thank you so much.